Hey y'all, what's up? This is Rosie, and I'm here to bring y'all another movie review. So, ever since I watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom almost 2 years ago, I wanted to make it my business to watch Queen Latifah's movie called Bessie. Well, I finally got my hands on this movie. I found the DVD on eBay and I watched it, and it was wonderful. It was everything I hoped it would be. This movie stars Queen Latifah in the titular role as Bessie Smith. It also has Michael K. Williams playing Jack G, who was Bessie Smith's husband. It has Mike Epps, which that part surprised me. Mike Epps is in the movie. He plays Richard Morgan, who was Bessie Smith's common law husband toward the end of her life. And it also has Monique playing Ma Rainey, and she did a wonderful job in her part. Some people call it a biopic or a biopic, however you pronounce it, but I don't think it was one of those. I mean, if it was, I don't know, but anyway, it was a great movie. Queen Latifah did all her own singing in the movie, and her singing is more powerful than anything I could have ever imagined. It was just wonderful. She killed that part. In this movie, it didn't portray Bessie Smith as some sweet angelic angel, some victim of violence and all of it. I mean, she did have violent things happen to her, but it didn't portray her in a manner where she didn't somehow cause the violence or invite it in some way. It portrayed her as sympathetic, though. She was very sympathetic. If you know anything about Bessie Smith, who was a blues singer in the early 20th century, in the 20s and 30s, you would know that she was an alcoholic. She was bisexual, which there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but she was bisexual, and there was infidelity both on her part and that of her husband. She cheated on him with women and men. In the movie, it didn't show her with many different women, many different men. It just showed her cheating on him with maybe one or two other men and one woman. But yeah, it was a really great movie. I didn't know that Bessie Smith actually adopted a son when he was like 6 years old. 6 or 7. In the movie, I think he was 7. But in real life, I think he was maybe 6 years old. And named him after her husband, Jack G. Jr. And, oh gosh, it was just so heartbreaking what happened pertaining that little boy. Yes, he lived, but I don't want to give it away in case you want to check the movie out for yourself. But it was just such a stunning movie. It was beautifully shot and wonderfully acted. Everybody killed their roles just absolutely, and it was just a treat to watch. To hear Queen Latifah use such like rough language, it was almost refreshing in a way, but it was almost surprising too, because even though I have heard her cuss before, it wasn't quite like that. And so it kind of delves into what Bessie Smith may have been like in real life. Like I said, she was no angel. She was an alcoholic. She cheated on her husband. She beat up people. And, you know, she liked dark-skinned people. Like, she didn't want no light-skinned people in her show. She didn't want any light-skinned people in her face. She was into dark-skinned people. So it was just like really like a great film to watch. And what surprised me was that Queen Latifah did do a nude scene in the movie. It wasn't dirty, it wasn't sexual, it wasn't sensual. It was just like a woman, just a regular woman, taking her clothes off after performing a show, and she's sitting there in the mirror contemplating, thinking. Who knows what she might have been thinking about. But it was done in that manner. It didn't feel exploitative. It just felt natural, if that makes any sense. And so it was tastefully done, and I liked the movie. I loved the movie as a whole, and I'm so glad that I have it. I cannot wait to watch it again. Ever since Ma Rainey's Black Bottom came out, I just wanted to find out as much about these classic blues singers, these women who were pioneers in not only their genre, which was the blues, but also pioneers in basically their sexuality, because Ma Rainey was also bisexual. And so I wanted to find out as much as I could about them. And what I'm finding is that back then, people seemed to be freer in their sexuality. Like, they didn't care who knew about their sexuality and whether or not they slept with women as well as men. They just did it. Even though back then it was against the law, it was illegal, but they didn't care. They did what they wanted to do, and they did it freely, because it was like, they gotta prove it on you. And that's what's said in the movie, they gotta prove it on you. So I just liked how they didn't portray Bessie Smith as some sweet angelic victim. Basically, things did happen to her that should not have. Like, she was stabbed. She in the very beginning of the film, she got beat up, and so her sister Viola abused her as a child, because her mom, Bessie Smith's mom, died when she was 9 years old, and her dad died when she was in her infancy, I believe. So her sister, her older sister Viola, had to take care of her and their other siblings. So the movie, it was just tastefully done. It was wonderfully acted. Everybody just absolutely killed their roles, and I cannot wait to watch it again. The movie that I got was on DVD, and it was one of those that I guess are sent off to different academies for award consideration. So that's how I watched it. I heard from a friend that it was on Netflix, maybe, but it was an HBO original film. And I think I read that it was the highest watched film in HBO's history. So if you can find this movie and watch it, I would highly suggest it. It was wonderfully shot, wonderfully edited, and wonderfully acted. And if you also know about Bessie Smith, you know that she passed away. She died from a car accident, from her injuries sustained in a car accident in 1937. But Queen Latifah has it in her contract that she will not die in another movie. If you've seen the movie Set It Off, you know that she dies in that movie. So I guess after that, she just got tired of dying in films, and she will not die in TV or film. And I don't blame her. So at the end of the movie, you don't see the accident. That is not portrayed in any way. Maybe it's alluded to, but not put in the movie at all. It ends with Bessie Smith actually singing a song. You don't see her because she's only been in one movie. I think it was the St. Louis Blues that she was in, and you can find that on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description if I remember. But she's singing a song, Give Me a Pig Foot and a Beer, a pig foot and a bottle of beer, something like that. And it's an awesome song. She had a very powerful voice. Queen Latifah did justice, I think, to the songs. And you will not be disappointed if you watch this movie. So check it out if you can. And I am going to end it right here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for wasting time with me. I love you guys very, very much. Give me a like, and please subscribe to my channel. I will bring you more videos as often as I can, which probably won't be often at all, but I'll try. And with that, you guys, I'm going to go. Love you guys very, very much. Hope to see y'all on the next upload, and bye for now.